A used crossover SUV is supposed to be the safe choice, reliable, affordable, easy to live with. But not every used crossover is created equal. Some models will run past 250,000 miles with almost nothing but oil changes. Others look just as good on the lot, but quietly drain your bank account as the miles climb. In this video, we'll rank the best used crossover SUVs you can buy right now, the ones that genuinely last forever, and we'll expose the two you should walk away from. Let's get into it. Coming in at number 8, the Hyundai Tucson. For years, buyers overlooked the Tucson in favor of Japanese rivals, but the data tells a different story for the right model years. For those shopping used, the 2019 through 2021 Tucson is widely considered the sweet spot of this generation. It pairs a proven 2.4-liter four-cylinder with a conventional automatic transmission, no dual-clutch headaches, and that combination has held up well past 130,000 miles in ownership reports. Expect to pay between roughly $16,000 and $22,000 for a clean example. What you get is one of the best warranties in the business if any of it remains transferable, low maintenance costs, and a comfortable, easy-to-drive crossover. According to multiple reliability sources, the Tucson earns above-average marks in this window, a strong entry point if your budget is tight. One caution: avoid the earlier 2.0-liter turbo and dual-clutch combinations from this era. They're the ones that generate the repair complaints. Stick to the naturally aspirated engine, and you've got a dependable, low-maintenance crossover. At number 7, the Kia Sportage. The Tucson's close mechanical cousin, and for many buyers, the better value. The 2017 through 2021 Sportage shares much of its proven hardware with the Hyundai, but often sells for a little less on the used market, which is exactly why it makes this list. Look for the 2.4-liter engine paired with the 6-speed automatic. Owners reported this drivetrain to be genuinely durable, frequently crossing 150,000 miles with routine maintenance only. Price range runs around $15,000 to $21,000, depending on trim and mileage. With high reliability ratings and low running costs, the Sportage remains a popular choice for those looking for a dependable crossover without paying a premium badge tax. Here's where it gets important, though. The turbocharged engine in higher trims is the one to be careful with. It raises both the purchase price and the long-term repair risk. For maximum durability, the base engine is the smarter buy. Number 6, the Subaru Forester. The crossover for buyers who want all-wheel drive standard and a vehicle that simply refuses to quit. The 2019 and newer Forester is the model to target. Subaru redesigned it on a stiffer platform, improved the interior, and, critically, moved past the head gasket and oil consumption issues that haunted older generations. Expect to pay between $20,000 and $27,000 for these years. What you're buying is one of the safest crossovers on the road, with excellent IIHS crash scores, genuinely useful ground clearance, and a boxer engine that, in this generation, has proven reliable. According to ownership data, maintenance costs stay reasonable as long as you keep up with the basics. The one thing to watch on any Subaru is the continuously variable transmission. On the 2019 and newer cars, it's been far more dependable, but you still want service records showing the fluid was changed on schedule. A neglected CVT is the one expensive surprise on an otherwise bulletproof crossover. Coming in at number 5, the Mazda CX-5. And this one is for the buyer who refuses to give up driving enjoyment just because they need a practical crossover. The 2016 through 2021 CX-5 is a standout. It uses Mazda's naturally aspirated 2.5-liter Skyactiv engine paired with a conventional 6-speed automatic. No CVT, no dual clutch, just a proven low-stress drivetrain that ages gracefully. Price range sits around $17,000 to $25,000, depending on year and trim. What sets the CX-5 apart is the combination: an upscale interior that punches well above its price, sharp handling, and a reliability record that ranks among the best in the compact crossover class. According to Consumer Reports, the CX-5 has consistently earned above average to top reliability scores in these years. If there's a knock, it's that the back seat and cargo area are slightly smaller than rivals like the RAV4 and CR-V. But for durability per dollar, with a near-luxury feel, the CX-5 is one of the most underrated used crossovers on the market. At number 4, the Lexus NX, the entry point into Toyota-grade reliability with a luxury badge. The 2015 through 2021 NX, particularly the NX 200T and the hybrid NX 300H, gives you everything that makes Lexus legendary. Build quality, quiet refinement, and a powertrain engineered to run for a very long time. Expect to pay between roughly $22,000 and $32,000. That's a premium over a mainstream crossover, but here's why it's justified. The NX shares its bones with the Toyota RAV4, which means the underlying mechanicals are proven, while the ownership experience is a clear step up. According to J.D. Power dependability data, Lexus consistently ranks at or near the top of the entire industry. For those shopping used, the NX 300H is especially compelling. Strong fuel economy and a hybrid system Toyota has refined over 2 decades. The thing to remember with the NX is that maintenance, when it's needed, costs a bit more at a dealership. But because the car needs so little, total cost of ownership stays low. It is, quite simply, one of the best used luxury crossovers you can buy. Number 3, the Toyota RAV4, arguably the most cross-shopped crossover in America, and for good reason. Everyone says the RAV4 is bulletproof, but when you analyze ownership data and durability by generation, a clear hierarchy appears, and the 2019 and newer 5th generation RAV4 is the one to target. Price range for these years runs around $23,000 to $32,000. And yes, RAV4s hold their value better than almost anything in the segment, which is both a blessing and the reason they're rarely cheap. The 2.5-liter 4-cylinder is one of the most durable engines on the road, regularly pushing past 200,000 miles with basic maintenance. The hybrid is even better on fuel and has proven just as reliable. Here's the one honest caution. Some early 5th-generation RAV4 hybrids had a fuel tank fill issue, and a handful of model years drew complaints about the 8-speed automatic in the gas version early on. Neither is a deal-breaker, but check service records. Buy the right year, and the RAV4 is a crossover you'll likely never have to think twice about. Coming in at number 2. The Honda CR-V, the crossover that built its reputation on doing everything right and nothing wrong. The standout used buy here is the 2017 through 2022 generation, with one important catch I'll get to in a second. Price range sits around $20,000 to $30,000. What you get is class-leading interior space, one of the best cargo areas in the segment, excellent fuel economy, and a reliability record that's earned the CR-V a permanent spot on every SUVs that last forever list. According to Consumer Reports, the CR-V routinely scores above average for dependability, and these engines and transmissions regularly serve well past 150,000 miles. Now, the catch, and this is exactly why model year matters, the early 2017 and 2018 CR-Vs with the 1.5-liter turbo engine had a known issue with fuel diluting the oil, especially in cold climates. Honda addressed it, and later builds are fine, but it's the reason you check which specific year and build you're buying. Target a 2019 and newer 1.5T with clean records, or seek out the naturally aspirated 2.4-liter in the prior generation, and the CR-V is as safe a used bet as exists. And at number 1, The best used crossover SUV you can buy, the Toyota Highlander. If you need 3 rows and you want a vehicle that will outlast the loan after that, and possibly you, this is it. The 2014 through 2019 third-generation Highlander with the 3.5-liter V6 is the pinnacle of durability per dollar in this entire video. Price range runs roughly $20,000 to $33,000 depending on year, trim, and mileage. That V6 paired with a conventional automatic is one of the most overbuilt, trouble-free drivetrains Toyota has ever made. Owners routinely report 250,000 miles and beyond with nothing more than fluids, brakes, and tires. According to J.D. Power and Consumer Reports, the Highlander of this era sits at the top of the reliability charts, and resale values prove the market knows it. It represents the pinnacle of the brand's commitment to durability and value. If you can find a well-maintained 2017 to 2019 V6 Highlander, you are buying one of the most dependable family crossovers ever built. That's why it's number 1. So there it is, the best used crossover SUVs that genuinely last forever, the model years to target, and the 2 to avoid. If you're shopping right now, the short version is this: durability beats price every single time, and the data backs it up. And here's the one I want to hear. Which used crossover do you own, and how has it held up for you? Your experience might help another buyer make the right choice. Drive safe, and we'll see you in the next one.